dispatch is from the English resident at Delhi to our ally, Jawahir Singh.
There's no point giving it to me. You know I never learned to read or write. What does it say?
It says that so you may help Jawahir Singh in his jats to take Delhi, you are to be handed over to the British East India Company. The English want justice for the murder by you personally of 51 British officers.
What else? I can read reluctance on your face as clearly as you can that paper. Tell me what it says, then you.
Major Benedict has identified
Major Benedict? Our Major Benedict, my friend Benedict.
I'm afraid so, sir. Apparently he's gone over to the British side.
Damn Schweinhund! I wandered back in Venice after the Battle of Buxar. In all that confusion, we even thought he might have been taken prisoner or be killed. I grieved for him. So he's negotiated a pardon for himself?
By verifying that you are a deserter from the British forces. The dispatch suggests that it might be simpler to execute you for that.
Oh.
The penalty for desertion is death.
I know that. But why kill me as a deserter when they already have a death warrant out for what I had to do in Patna?
Well, sir, obviously it could be argued that you massacred those 51 British officers after taking away their knives and forks and all their cutlery, inviting them into a room one at a time to drink a brandy.
Leave out the embroidery. Give me the thrust, man.
Well, obviously, sir, it could be argued that as a military man, you're only following orders.
Exactly.
But as a deserter who has proved himself capable of such infamy, you are to be made an example.
Huh? How?
You are to be hunted down, hung from the neck, cut down before you are dead, disemboweled and quartered. Sir.
Captain Zeller, tell Cowley. By the way, he's had a couple of promotions, hasn't he?
He has proved himself a better soldier.
No, that's not the way to look at it. He's been a gun sergeant longer than you've been a captain. He's had more years of training. Tell Major Powley to double my guard. Not an inch must enter this tent without being checked for the substance it carries.
Sir.
And tell him these troops of entertainers who descend on us from Delhi are a hazard. Too many people loiter about the campus though visiting a monument. Starting now, their movements must be watched and curtailed.
Did you call, sir?
Get out! 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 Would you care for a drop of brandy? Out! Out! Out.
Don't shoot, Sumroo. Please, you wouldn't shoot a woman.
A woman. Don't move!
I thought you wouldn't shoot a woman.
I could. You're not dressed like a woman.
May I take off my turban and cloak?
Are you armed?
With a little dagger?
Are you in the service of the English? Were you hoping to kill me?
I've come to you with a message.
First, where's the dagger? If you don't tell me, I shall call out to the sentries to have them come and strip you.
It's between my breasts.
All right, you may take off turban and cloak and throw down the dagger.
That
message from?
Ghulam Qadir, son of the Rohilla leader Zabita Khan.
Ah, that is why you're wearing that style of turban.
No, I'm not a Rohilla, I'm half Kashmiri.
No wonder.
No wonder? No wonder what?
Never mind. Please sit down.
Must you keep pointing that pistol at me? Even when I'm unarmed.
I suppose not. How did you get past the sentries?
That worries you.
Obviously.
You have too many bushes around your tent. I cut one and crept up using it for cover.
And you got into the camp as a dancing girl. Judging by your costume, a Kathak dancer.
That is what I am.
I thought that was a disguise too. Your speech is rather refined.
My father taught me to speak as well as any courtier. We lived in Lucknow for years. They say in Lucknow, even the courtiers and the sweepers gather up culture with their brooms.
You said you had a message for me.
Ghulam Qadir wants a meeting with you, a discreet one. He wants you to ally yourself with his father at the right time.
An interesting idea.
I don't think so.
Why is that?
Because Ghulam Qadir and Zabita Khan are completely untrustworthy. Furthermore, you and Najat are not likely to succeed against the Mughal army. It's very well led. Najat Khan is an excellent commander-in-chief.
But you brought the message, and yet you advise against it.
Messengers don't always agree with the messages they carry. And yet, many have been killed because they brought bad news.
I can see you are no ordinary messenger.
Aren't you angry?
About what?
I've just said your forces will be defeated.
My brigade fights for the money. Victory is always better, but it's not the most important thing. We're mercenaries. As long as we're paid, we stick with our employer.
A pretty uncertain way to feed your troops. All Hindustan knows how you have to squeeze the money from Mir Qasim. And in Awadh, you finally went and robbed the palace when the Nawab was away.
Sometimes you have to resort to extreme measures.
Don't you see it's because you're dependent on them?
Of course. How else can I, a foreigner, arm and feed a few thousand men in Hindustan?
By having your own territory with its own revenue.
What a wild idea.
It's not a wild idea. You can easily do it.
No other European mercenary has done it before. Tell me.
Mind if I smoke?
Smoke.
I have my own mouthpiece.
So you are alone.
Did you doubt it? The English say you're a coward.
I'd rather be called a coward and live than be called a brave man and be killed. Weren't you afraid to come and see me on your own?
I was. But my curiosity overcame my fear. I expected a huge, frightened man, not a frightened one.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I can assure you if you were a man, I might have taken care to frighten you.
So there's some advantage, after all, to being a woman, even with you.
Undoubtedly. Please go on. That idea of yours. Territory and revenue.